We are 60 days away from NCAA college football. It is July 7th. It starts on September 5th. Let's get into Ohio State and how we feel about them, going into the new year, right? We have all new players across the board. We had 8 starters on defensively. We had to replace all 8 of them. We got some transfer portal additions with James Smith, defensive tackle, John Walker, another defensive tackle. We had Kyle Parker, an LSU transfer, wide receiver you. We have depth in that wide receiver room with Brock Boyd and Chris Henry Jr. We have talent all over the field. We have another 4-star recruit, Mason Williams, at tight end. We have a Heisman finalist, Julian Sayin, coming back for another year. But before we get into all of that, let's start with a little hype video. It's giving me chills. I am ready for those Saturdays for Ohio State, whether it's a noon kickoff, whether it's a late night kickoff. I'm ready to see Jeremiah Smith put on an absolute clinic against Ball State. I'm ready to see Jeremiah Smith put on a clinic against Texas and that Steve Sarkisian defense. I am ready for every single second of it. But let's talk about how we think Ohio State is going to do this year. Their first week against Ball State, their second week against Texas. And then in September, we really don't face another opponent outside of maybe Illinois, who has a kind of spectacular offense every other year. If we can go through September without a loss, if we can go all the way through October 17th without a loss, we are going to set up ourselves out very well. Our first game that I'm kind of have my eyes set on is Saturday, October 17th against that Indiana team. We don't know how Indiana is going to play out this year. We know with Kurt Signetti and him being the best coach in college football, he is going to bring his A game. If we win that game and then we win that USC game, we have room to maybe drop one of those next 4 games. I don't expect us to, but that gives us a little bit of leeway, right? I want us to go into the playoffs in absolute full form, right? Those last 5 games of the season after Indiana, you have USC, you have Oregon, Northwestern, Nebraska, and Michigan. None of those are easy games, right? There's going to be a target on our back if we are ranked 1 through 5 going into those last 5 games. Oregon, they're going to be in their best form. Northwestern and Nebraska, don't sleep on those 2 teams, right? Late in the year, teams have nothing to lose, so that is going to be their Super Bowl. Their Super Bowl is going to be taking down number 1 Ohio State late in the year. So I am looking forward to see what Ohio State can bring to the table. And I was just taking a look at that spring game, Scarlet versus Gray. And I have some things to look forward to this season, right? We have Jeremiah Smith showing up in a big way. We know what he brings to the table. We know that he is going to break almost every single Ohio State record this year as a junior. I believe he is only Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith, he is only about 40 catches away from breaking the receiving record. He is about 315 yards away from breaking the receiving yards and is about 18 touchdowns away from breaking the touchdown record most held by, Chris Olave. So we got some things to look forward to with a record breaker season with Jeremiah Smith going into, we believe, going to be his last year of playing college football. Let's see, Emeka Ibuka, he holds the record with 205 catches. Michael Jenkins holds the record with almost 3,000 yards, and Chris Olave holds the record with 38 touchdowns. Jeremiah Smith, 340 yards away, 340 yards away, 8 touchdowns away, and 42 catches away from breaking each and every single one of those records. So, hey, Jeremiah Smith, he might go halfway through the year with these records broken and continue to separate himself as the best receiver to come through Ohio State University. And before we get into that spring game, I know I just talked about it. I want to talk about a signing that we just had. I saw a stat the other day that Ohio State has secured a top 2 receiver in 7 out of the last 9 classes. And you want to know why that stat is important? Because we just signed We just Jet Harrison just committed to Ohio State. That is going to be the brother of Marvin Harrison Jr. Another Harrison coming into the picture at Ohio State, going to be an absolutely crazy year. As you know, we have Legend Bay, we have Bo Jackson, we have all these stars who are going to be playing for this Ohio State. I think from top to bottom, we have the best roster in college football. Now, what we can do to put it together, what we can do late in the season is going to be the question that needs to be answered. As you know, Ohio State, we were in full form all the way up into that Big Ten championship. We dropped the Big Ten championship and then we dropped the game against Miami. I think that that was our year to go back to back, right? I think that that was our year to go back to back, but we just could not get the job done. But you know what is going to help us get the job done? Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith, the new OC for Ohio State. I'm excited to see what he can bring to the table. He gave us some great cookie cutter plays in that scarlet and gray game. As you know, Arthur Smith, he had some of the best running backs in the NFL, starting with he coached Derrick Henry. He was able to get some great knowledge under Mike Vrabel and Mike Tomlin. So he knows how to win football games. He knows how to structure an offensive line and how to bring the best out of a powerful running back. So that is what I'm looking forward to most from Arthur Smith as the OC for Ohio State. And let's get into this scarlet and gray game because Jeremiah Smith, like it's been a while since we've seen a Jeremiah Smith clip, and I am happy that I got to see it again. I mean, just a simple cross across the middle, and he just takes off. And this Ohio State if you can't keep up with Jeremiah Smith, as we know, no one can, it is going to be a stellar year. It is going to be a stellar year. I expect him to break every single record. I'm also expecting Matt Patricia to cook up something crazy on that defense, right? As you know, Matt Patricia last year, he was number one in points allowed, only 9.3 a game. He had an 86.9. I'm sorry, that was the Ohio State offense. He had a total of 35 sacks, 8 interceptions, and 11 forced fumbles. And if you look at the previous three championship winning teams, all from the Big Ten, by the way, SEC bias, that's out the window. Big Ten all the way. So the last three national titles are all built on defense. Yes, most of the fans who are watching college football are going to look for that offensive game, but the last three championships were built on defense. Ohio State, when they won in 2024, they allowed less than 13 points a game, if I'm not mistaken. Michigan only allowed 9 points a game, and Kurt Signetti and the Indiana team only allowed 12 points per game. So whoever has the best defense historically is going to hoist up that national championship trophy. Matt Patricia's defense last year, stellar. It is the same situation he is in this year. He had to replace 8 starters, so I'm expecting him to come out the gate firing. I'm also expecting us to have a big showout game when they have these tunnel vision jerseys on, because these tunnel vision jerseys are absolutely gorgeous. Like, I might have to cop one of these tunnel vision jerseys because, I mean, look at this jersey here. Like, the reveal, oh my God, look how crazy and crispy clean that looks. That number 4 with the gray outline. Wait till you see these helmets. Wait till you see these helmets. I got another clip of the helmets here too. We're gonna show you now. Oh, I can't make that. Well, we can't show you the helmets because I can't get the coordination right. But hey, Ohio State chat, let me know what you guys are looking forward to most this year. As you know, we lost all of our defensive starters. Well, 8 of our defensive starters. We had, I believe, 4 players going to the top 10 in that NFL draft, with Carnell Tate, with Arvell Reese, with Sonny and Lorenzo Styles, and Caleb Downs. So I'm expecting another stellar year for this Ohio State team. I'm expecting Jeremiah Smith, even though we have, 5, 6, maybe even 7 quarterbacks coming out of this draft, I'm expecting Jeremiah Smith to go number 1 with another chip on the Ohio State board of why we are wide receiver U, right? I was watching a podcast and somebody asked Emeka Ibuka, who is wide receiver U, LSU or Ohio State? And you already know what Emeka Ibuka said. He said Ohio State. We have had some legendary receivers come out of that class. I'm excited to see everything that we can bring to the table. Thank you for tuning in to the Harris Room Sports. We are going to be locked in all football season. We're going to cover a lot of Ohio State. We're going to cover a lot of LSU. We're going to get into every single bit of it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe.